but that's a little bit later. So the first filter I want you to think about is your values filter. So I want you to think about and ask yourself these questions. Does this tip align with kindness, with consent from your dog, and emotional safety for both you and your dog? So if it clashes with your ethics, it's a no. So the story that I have around this is about Maisie, and it involves a values thing. And I've worked with clients who have previously had trainers in, and they've gone through the same kind of thing. So going back all those years with Maisie, when we first bought a home, I wanted to work on some stuff with her to go to training. So we went to some training classes, we started going, and I didn't know then what I know now. And she used to bark when she felt stressed. So even before we'd bought a home, bless her, she was barking at the glass window in the rescue centre. So when we saw her at the Dogs Trust, she was, bless her, she was so stressed out barking at this glass. And I felt so sorry for her. And she was such a lovely dog when we got her out of that situation and out on a walk. She was brilliant. That's why we bought a home. But I digress. She was a barker. So in this situation in the class, it was a very big group situation. There were multiple levels that everybody was working at. So we were in our like little silos, and it was outside. And we went there for a few sessions, and it was fine up until the point where Maisie was getting stressed out because we were in super close proximity during this one particular exercise. And I could tell she was getting stressed out. She wasn't ever reacting out of fear. She used to have dog friends and she used to like being around other dogs, but she had conflicting emotions. So she was like, I like you, but I don't know how to deal with this, so I'm just going to bark because I'm getting stressed. She was never aggressive with anyone. It was never anything like that. It was just her mechanism of saying, I feel like I'm confused, I'm a bit stressed, I don't know what to do. And the trainer noticed that she was barking, and she was the only one barking, so it kind of makes you feel more embarrassed, and it feels like everyone's looking at you and judging you and all the things, or you can't control your dog and whatever. And that's how I felt. So the trainer came over and gave me a bottle of water, and she said, every time she barks, spray her in the face with the water. And going back to the values filter, I wasn't super comfortable with this. I didn't really want to do it, but I felt a little bit of peer pressure because I was in this big group situation, and the group that I was in, I'd kind of been, she was kind of saying it in front of everyone rather than taking me to one side and having a chat through and all the things. It was just like, do this. So pressure, embarrassment, being singled out, lots of emotion going on for me, but I didn't feel super comfortable doing it. But because of all those things that I've just said, I felt I had to do it. So I didn't listen to my gut instinct on it. And I did it once. And just before I did it, I remember I said, I'm so sorry, and I sprayed her in the face with the water bottle. Now, the fact that I said I'm sorry tells me a lot, because I clearly didn't feel comfortable and I said I'm sorry. Now, I do not want to have to do something and say sorry before